Off work sports, man. Just got out of work. Shit, I'm tired, but I had to do this video. Big trade. Kristoph Porzingiz from the New York Knickerbockers gets traded to the Dallas Mavericks with Dennis Smith Jr. Those are the jewels of the trade. Of course, the Knicks get back a young point guard who can come into the starting role, who can be an all-star, has all-star potential. And then the Mavericks get Porzingiz, again, a new player. I don't know if I want to call him a sidekick to Doncic, but again, that'll be the 1-2 punch. I call it the Euro evasion. It'll be Doncic and Porzingiz coming into the lineup. Porzingiz coming off an ACL injury. Dennis Smith Jr. coming off of some quabbles about his role on team. He moved into more of a guard position, not handling the ball as much. I thought there was enough time for him and Doncic, or enough balls for them to get around and be happy. But I guess things are decidedly different. And Smith is over to the Knicks. Porzingiz over to the Mavericks. Let's go down to the rest of the trade. Wes Matthews is gone, as well as DeAndre Jordan. So DeAndre Jordan expiring contract. Wes Matthews expiring contract. Two good vet players that can probably pay dividends somewhere. I don't know if the Knicks will keep them. But I'm going to get into why I think it's a great move for the Knicks. The Mavericks, they receive interest in Courtney Lee Jr. Exciting, I think still, if he got the minutes, an exciting bench prospect. And I think the move was made for Courtney Lee. They didn't really necessarily meet him with the emergence of the Knicks' Arizona product. I also understand that Trey Burke went in this trade as well, which is interesting because they're logjam heavy at the point guard position. I assume they'll waive him, and Trey Burke will find his destination. Last but not least, they get the leading scorer for the Knicks, Tim Hardaway Jr. I like this pickup. I think this is where the Mavericks edged it out in the beginning. Okay, so you get Tim Hardaway, the leading scorer, Courtney Lee, a bench player, and Porzingiz to add on to that front. I think all upgrades over Wes Matthews, definitely. Obviously, there's no center there, but I think as a whole, with Porzingiz fulfilling the PF center role, this is a huge upgrade for that team. What happens to the Knickerbockers? So the Knickerbockers are at play. We all knew it was going to happen. They are setting up. They are setting up big for this summer. The summer of free agency. Remember LeBron's summer of free agency? You got some big names, Irving, Durant, to name a few, Boogie. There's so much you can get. I agree with this move. The Knicks now open up cap space to potentially land a superstar as well as a high draft pick if they're able to continue to tank. God bless America. For freaking once, the Knicks make a good move. I had a video where I was talking about suing the Knicks because of the Phil Jackson effort. I thought Phil Jackson drafted Nicotina by accident and made a mistake. He should have drafted Smith, but it all parlays back to Smith now rejoining the team he was supposed to be on in the first place. What does that do for Nicotina? Nicotina, sorry, got to move him or put him in as a third slot point guard. Emmanuel Mudiay is playing the role of the first slot right now. What happens there? You're going to play him as a duo. He's tall enough. Mudiay about 6'5". He could possibly be a duo with Dennis Smith Jr. I like the bench on the Knicks. I like Noah Vonleh's improvement. I think he is a much underrated player. He could be a Serge Ibaka level, in my opinion, less some of the defensive efforts. And then they have the young center prospect out of high school who was also doing pretty well. So add on to that, if they can keep Enes Kanter, I think it'll be tough. You're looking at a pretty good damn team for Durant to join. And then you add in the Williamson or Barrett with Smith and Durant. That's a great starting point. There's no negs here from the Knicks. As long as you don't make any more stupid moves, I think this is probably the best move I've seen from the Knicks in years. The Mavericks, big risk with Porzingiz and the ACL being that tall, but they alleviated. They also have another guy who has had ACL injuries, and Dennis Smith Jr. So that's basically a wash. They're one and the same. They're zeroed out. But then you know Doncic and Porzingiz should be exciting. Does that win you championships? They still got Powell. They still got some plays. They add on. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a big X factor. He's a guy that can average 18, 22 right now. Right now, he can do that. So, good pickup. Great pickup. They got Barnes. Pretty solid lineup. You know, Doncic at the 1, 2, 3. I call him a point guard. Assuming, not point forward. Yeah, I'll use that. You know, point forward. I'll use that. Point forward. Then you got Tim Hardaway comes in at the 2 guard. You got Harrison at the 3. And then that's where you have your bottleneck, and you throw in Porzingiz. You got Porzingiz along with maybe a Powell moves into the center position. Nice lineup. Not bad. Not bad. Or you do, you know, the point forward to Doncic, and you get Tim Hardaway. You add in Harrison Barnes. You throw in Porzingiz, and then you add maybe, what's the other guy's name? I'll leave it at Powell. So I think pretty good move on both sides. We'll see how the impact is. The big thing here, the big win for the New York Knickerbockers world, while Dallas currently has some okay super all-stars, you got superstars in the making on the Knicks. Can they pull a trade-off to get Durant? Can Durant add on somebody else with him, maybe a Boogie if he's healthy? That's a great lineup. I really like it, and I'm excited for this season and how it plays out. Again, big trade, Porzingis to the Mavericks and Dennis Smith Jr. to the Knicks. It's all about free agency for the Knicks, and the Mavs are about winning now. 2 wins here, A- score for both sides. I'm out. Peace.